The world is a big place full of amazing cultures, interesting people, and incredible art. We just need to know where to look. Hello, I'm your host, and today we are exploring arts and culture. Let's get started. Every culture has its own unique art forms that can tell us a lot about its people, like what they value, what they've experienced, and how they view the world. Some of these art forms include traditional music and dance, storytelling, visual arts like painting and sculpture, literature and poetry, performing arts like theater and film, and crafts like pottery, weaving, and jewelry making. These are not only ways for people to express themselves, but also a way to preserve their history and pass it down to future generations. One great example of this is Aboriginal Australian rock art. Aboriginal Australians have been creating rock art for thousands of years, and each piece tells the story of their culture and history. One famous site is the Kakadu National Park, which contains over 20,000 rock paintings done by at least 60 different groups over 20,000 years. The paintings show animals, plants, people, and some even depict entire communities coming together for ceremonies. It's a beautiful thing to see, and a powerful reminder of how rich Australia's Aboriginal culture is. Why should you care about this? Well, diving into other cultures and their art can totally change your perspective on the world. It helps you understand what matters to others, and even appreciate your own culture more. Plus, learning about how people lived and solved problems in the past can spark new ideas for your own life. And let's not forget how beautiful art makes life. Whether it's music, dance, or literature, taking the time to enjoy these things opens up a world of wonder. You'll experience new emotions and connect with others who share your passion. So, whether you love painting, playing an instrument, or binge-watching movies, make sure to soak in all the amazing stuff the arts bring to our lives. Now let's talk about some of the many amazing art museums around the world. The Louvre in Paris is home to some of the most famous works of art in the world, including the Mona Lisa and Venus de Milo. The British Museum in London has a vast collection of artifacts from all over the world, including the Rosetta Stone and the Elgin Marbles. The Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City has a huge collection of art from all time periods and cultures. And the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. has an impressive collection of European and American paintings. These are just a few of the many amazing art museums around the world, and I encourage you to visit them if you get the chance. Now let's look at some awesome crafts from around the globe. First up, we have Kente cloth. This brightly colored fabric is made by the Asante people in Ghana and is known for its beautiful patterns and symbolism. Each color and pattern tells the story of the Asante people and their culture. Then there's batik. This unique fabric is made by artisans in Indonesia and other countries by using a wax-resist technique to create intricate designs. Batik is not only beautiful, but also very versatile, and can be used to make clothing, home decor, and more. Next, we have Navajo weaving. This beautiful textile art form is created by Navajo weavers in the southwestern United States and is known for its geometric patterns and use of natural dyes. Navajo weaving is a true testament to the skill and creativity of the Navajo people. Finally, let's take a look at papier-mâché. This versatile material is made by artisans in many countries by using a mixture of paper and glue to create sculptures and other three-dimensional works of art. Papier-mâché is a truly unique and eco-friendly art form that can be used to create anything from masks to furniture. There are many more amazing crafts from around the world, and I encourage you to learn about them and support the artisans who make them. Now let's explore some of the traditional music and dance forms from different cultures. From flamenco to salsa, there are so many styles to choose from. In Spain, you'll find flamenco, a passionate and expressive dance form that originated from the Romani people. In Cuba, you can learn salsa, a lively and energetic dance style that's perfect for parties. And in Japan, you'll discover the graceful and disciplined world of traditional Japanese dance. No matter what style you choose, you'll have the chance to connect with people from different cultures and experience the joy of movement and music. Don't be afraid to try something new and let the rhythm move you. You never know when it might lead you to discover a hidden talent or passion. Why should you care about this? Well, diving into other cultures and their art can totally change your perspective on the world. It helps you understand what matters to others and even appreciate your own culture more. Plus, learning about how people lived and solved problems in the past can spark new ideas for your own life. And let's not forget how beautiful art makes life. Whether it's music, dance, or literature, taking the time to enjoy these things opens up a world of wonder. You'll experience new emotions and connect with others who share your passion. So, whether you love painting, playing an instrument, or binge-watching movies, make sure to soak in all the amazing stuff the arts bring to our lives. So, get out there and explore. Embrace all the wonders and richness that diversity brings to our lives. Thanks for joining us on this adventure. Keep that curiosity alive, keep exploring, and you might just discover something incredible about yourself and the world around you. Until next time, happy exploring. First up is Sepak Takraw, a super fast-paced sport from Southeast Asia, often called the sport of kings. Teams of 2 to 4 players use their feet, knees, and chests to keep a small ball in the air while scoring points against each other. Next, we have kite flying. an ancient pastime loved in many cultures. You can fly all sorts of kites, from simple single-line ones to fancy multi-line stunt kites. It's all about having fun and enjoying the breeze. If you're after something more chill, give bocce a try. This Italian classic involves rolling balls toward a smaller target ball. It's easy to learn, but can take some skill to master, making it perfect for a laid-back afternoon with friends. And let's not forget kabaddi. This exciting contact sport from India has 2 teams of 7 players taking turns sending one player into the other team's territory to tag opponents while chanting kabaddi. The team with the most tags wins. So whether you crave excitement or a relaxing time, there's a traditional game waiting for you. Why should you care about this? Well, diving into other cultures and their art can totally change your perspective on the world. It helps you understand what matters to others and even appreciate your own culture more. Plus, learning about how people lived and solved problems in the past can spark new ideas for your own life. And let's not forget how beautiful art makes life. Whether it's music, dance, or literature, taking the time to enjoy these things opens up a world of wonder. You'll experience new emotions and connect with others who share your passion. So, whether you love painting, playing an instrument, or binge-watching movies, make sure to soak in all the amazing stuff the arts bring to our lives. So, get out there and explore. Embrace all the wonders and richness that diversity brings to our lives. Thanks for joining us on this adventure. Keep that curiosity alive. Keep exploring, and you might just discover something incredible about yourself and the world around you. Until next time, happy exploring. We bring you the best of our platform in 3 minutes. What are you waiting for? Let's get started. Hey there, and welcome to my channel, where we discover cultures in 5 to 9 minutes. Today we're diving into the heart of Korea to explore a tradition that has captured the essence of its people for centuries. The art of Korean paper cutting. Join me as we unfold the story behind this ancient craft, understand its deeper meaning, and see how it's kept alive in modern times. Now let's meet our artisan. Her name is Park Soon-ja, and she is a 4th-generation master of the Gangseo paper cutting technique. She learned the art form from her mother and grandmother who had been cutting paper since they were little girls. But what makes their craft so special? Well, it all comes down to the way they cut the paper. You see, they don't use scissors. Instead, they fold the paper multiple times and slice through it with a sharp knife. This gives the paper a beautiful, intricate design, and also allows them to create really detailed patterns. But wait, I have a question. Why do Koreans spend hours on end meticulously cutting these patterns? It might seem like a waste of time, or just a hobby, right? Well, think again. These cuts aren't just pretty designs. They hold deep meanings and tell stories about Korean culture and history. Each fold and cut symbolizes something important to the Korean people. For example, the double-line cut represents the Korean alphabet. The triple-line cut symbolizes the 3 main Confucian values of benevolence, righteousness, and propriety. And the zigzag cut symbolizes the Korean mountains. These symbols are deeply rooted in Korean culture and history. The Korean people have been using them for hundreds of years in their art, architecture, and everyday life. So when you look at a piece of Korean paper cutting, you're not just looking at a pretty design, you're seeing a story unfold before your eyes. It's like reading a book, but instead of words, you're seeing symbols and images. Now you may be wondering, why is it important to keep this tradition alive? Well, traditions like paper cutting are more than just fun activities. They're a way to connect with our roots, to learn about our history and culture, and to pass those things down to future generations. By keeping these traditions alive, we're ensuring that the stories and values of our ancestors continue to be told. It's a way of honoring their memory and ensuring that their legacy lives on. It also helps us to build a sense of community and identity. When we share in common experiences and traditions with others, we feel a sense of belonging and connection. In a world that's constantly changing, traditions like paper cutting provide a much-needed sense of stability and continuity. They remind us of who we are and where we come from. However, in today's fast-paced world, it can be tough to keep these traditions alive. Many young people are losing interest in traditional crafts and activities in favor of newer, more modern forms of entertainment. But thanks to artisans like Park Soon-ja and the younger generation of paper cutters, the art form is thriving. They've even started teaching classes and workshops to share their skills with others. They're also using social media to show off their work and reach a wider audience. With their help, more and more people are discovering the beauty and importance of Korean paper cutting. As I watched her work, I couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder and awe. The way she moved her hands, and the precision with which she made each cut, was truly mesmerizing. It was like watching an artist at work, except instead of paint and canvas, she was using a knife and paper. I could see the passion in her eyes as she spoke about her craft, and I felt a deep connection to her and the other women in the room. As I learned more about the history and meaning behind each cut, I began to see the true beauty of this art form. It was more than just a craft or a hobby, it was a way of life. It was a way of expressing one's identity and connecting with one's cultural heritage. But it wasn't just the art form that impressed me. It was also the sense of community and camaraderie among the women. They worked side by side, sharing stories and laughter as they created their masterpieces. There was a deep sense of respect and admiration among them, and it was clear that they valued each other's company and support. As the day went on, I found myself becoming more and more relaxed and at ease. The rhythmic sound of the knife hitting the cutting mat was like a soothing melody to my ears, and the smell of the fresh cut paper filled me with a sense of calm and focus. I realized that this was more than just a craft. It was a form of meditation. It was a way to quiet the mind and focus on the present moment. Before I knew it, the sun was beginning to set and it was time to say goodbye. I felt a pang of sadness as I realized that I would miss the women and their wonderful company. But I was also filled with a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the opportunity to have experienced this unique and meaningful art form. As I walked away from the workshop, I couldn't help but reflect on the day's events. I had learned so much about Korean culture and history, and I had made some wonderful new friends. But most of all, I had discovered a new passion for paper cutting. I knew that I would never forget this experience, and I couldn't wait to share it with others. When I returned home, I couldn't stop thinking about the women I had met and the stories they had shared. I wanted to learn more about their lives and the challenges they had faced. So I picked up my phone and started searching for news articles and interviews. What I found was inspiring and heartwarming. The women I had met were not only talented artists, but also strong, resilient individuals. They had overcome many obstacles and hardships throughout their lives, but they had never given up on their craft or their dreams. They were true role models, and I felt honored to have met them. I also learned that their art form was not just a way to preserve cultural heritage, but also a source of income and independence for many women. In a country where gender inequality is still a problem, these women were breaking down barriers and proving that they could succeed as artists and entrepreneurs. As I delved deeper into their stories, I felt a sense of urgency to help them in any way I could. I wanted to raise awareness of their plight and help them reach a wider audience. So I started writing articles and making videos about their work. I reached out to museums and galleries to see if they would be interested in showcasing their work. And I even started an online store to sell their products. It hasn't been easy, but I'm determined to make a difference. I know that these women deserve all the support and recognition they can get. They are true heroes, and I am proud to be a small part of their story. If you want to learn more about these amazing women and their incredible art form, check out the resources below. You can also support their work by purchasing their products or donating to their cause. Together, we can help keep this unique art form alive and ensure that future generations get to experience the magic of Korean paper cutting.